Last week, I released a video on the science behind singing, behind pitch, and how it applies to improving our singing voices, whether you're singing for fun or whether you're an experienced pro. That video was with Elizabeth Giroff from the Charismatic Voice YouTube channel. I'll leave a link up here and at the top of the description if you haven't seen it yet, because I feel like this follows on from that. This video is really all about the extras that we can add. Basically, how can you make your voice have emotion, character, the icing on the cake? How can we really sing rather than just going through the motions? I'll give you an example of this. One of my all-time open mic night favorites for the last 20 years has been a song called Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. And super simple to play, same 4 chords all the way through, so therefore it's quite a good one to just sing over the top of. But when I first started singing it, I realized I was just sort of speaking to a pitch. And this is something that I see most often with people who are wanting to start singing. They put the time into learning guitar, but they haven't really put their time into just working on their voice. And let me give you an example of how that sounds, which isn't good. Or it's not good when I do it anyway. Some people might be able to get away with this. But I'm going to play Save Tonight and just speak the verses. Go on and close the curtains, 'cause all we need is candlelight, you and me, and a bottle of wine. Hold me tonight. Alright, so a few things happened there. I wasn't holding any vowel sounds, which I normally would. I wasn't particularly supporting my voice, and also I was really pitchy because I wasn't singing it how I've normally practiced singing, so my pitch was all over the place. Let me try and show you the difference here. I've had a little warm-up with my voice, but I'm not super warm. But let me just give you the idea of what we'll be going for in this video. Go on and close the curtains, 'cause all we need is candlelight, you and me, and a bottle of wine, hold me tonight. That was me trying to put some feeling, supporting of my voice with the diaphragm, and thinking about vocal intonation. Like any vowel sound that I was holding was a very considered vowel sound. That's the song that I've sung many, many times, and that was a lot more comfortable than actually singing it in my normal voice. How can we do all of those things? Now, this is something that I've learned a little bit through my own study from watching videos and a little bit through osmosis, just being around singers who can do this sort of thing, seeing that process. That's why I feel I'm not really the best person to teach this directly in like a full video or a course. That is why we've got Elizabeth Giroff, and in this video, Hannah Dorman, teaching exactly how to do this. Hannah Dorman's a fabulous singer-songwriter, studied performing and singing professionally at ACM, and has since gone on to release records and be teaching and vlogging and that kind of thing. I was really pleased that she agreed to make a course for my website, Learn to Sing and Perform with Hannah Dorman. That is exclusive to andyguitar.co.uk. The link will be near the top of the description of this video and in the comments too. But let me show you some tips as to how you can help make that journey from just kind of speaking to a pitch to really singing and performing with your guitar. I hope this will be really helpful to you. Let me know your top takeaways in the comments below.
Hi Sim, hello. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the icing on the cake. This is going to take your singing and performing from just singing the song to really singing the song. When I was young and just starting out, I had a recording session where a guy recorded an acoustic EP for me. He said that I was a good singer, but I was just singing the songs. And I was like, what do you mean? Of course I'm singing the songs. But I didn't know what he meant until I gained a little bit more vocal knowledge, vocal flair. I discovered my own little nuances that made my vocal technique and my vocal sound unique to me, which I feel like at this stage in the course we are ready to do. So now we've got all of the basics, we know how to sing, we can sing with the guitar, that's all good. We're sounding good, we're looking good, we're comfortable, we're confident. So now let's get that icing on the cake. What am I talking about? Okay, so I am talking to you about things like vocal flips, cry, growl, and also diction. Things like this are going to really just enhance your performance and take you from a singer to a professional, or to into a more of a professional recording environment. An example would be a vocal flip. This is something that is, I would say, part of my trademark in my vocals. As you've heard before, my whoa, whoa, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, but never meet it. Oh, but never meet it. There were things that I thought about. There were words that I can't say out loud. I flip from head to flip from everywhere. Flip. I'll flip all over the place. Yeah, flipping for me comes really naturally. I don't know how. Something like runs, I can't do them. I'm not one of those singers. I can't teach you. I could probably teach you actually how to do it. But I am not someone who can do it. If you want to do runs, if you want to learn how to do runs, the best way to do it is to break it down really slowly into slow individual notes, and then just keep speeding up and speeding up and speeding up until you have got the run down. That's how you do them. But in terms of like a flip, you are literally flipping from your chest voice to your head voice. La. And I use it all the time. I use it at the end of notes. So I'd be like, the way, take it away. I might just do that at the end of a line, or like in whoa, you got me alone. It's just that ba, which is better than going whoa, 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 you got me alone, alone, alone. Whoa, you got me alone. It's just like a little bit like a nah. It's like a, I don't need this note. I'm just like, whoa, whatever kind of thing. So a vocal flip is something that I love doing, but with these things, don't overuse them. An example of potentially overusing something is the growl. A growl is exactly what it sounds like. It's a lot of artists use the growl if you want to get in the song or something like that. So I would say, come on, in my song Alone, I would say, you got me alone, come on, do your worst, say your best, like that. Oh, you got me alone, come on, do your worst, say your best, never needed, oh, no, we never needed, oh. It's like, come on, but you don't want to use it all the time, because it can get a bit like, oh, actually, okay. When I first learnt to do it, I used it in everything. And my tutors at ACM were like, right, now we know how to do it. Let's just use it very specifically and rein it in a little bit. So you want to make sure that once you've learnt these techniques, you don't overuse them. You just use them as the icing on the cake. It's not the whole cake. It's just a little bit of sprinkling on the top to make it sound a little bit more professional. Other things would be like a vocal creak. So people like Britney Spears will use a lot of a vocal creak. They like a yeah, or like a I do, you know, I do. Should I? Something like that, like a at the beginning of the song. There were things that I thought about. There were words that I can't say out loud. It's literally a creak. Lots of these like animal noises we're bringing into the vocals. Didn't I say we make weird noises? Well, there we are. Cry is another one. Cry is a brilliant, brilliant thing. Crying in a song would be like, if I, instead of going, whoa, I'd go, that. It's like you cry like that. It's basically throwing your voice and crying with it. It's almost like a flip, but it's a in the voice. The easiest way to probably do it would be to say the word cry. Cry! It's like a cry, like that. Rather than going cry, you can add a cry, or you can add a cry, or a cry, with a vibrato at the end, or anything like that. So you can transform a simple cry which is in tune. It's fine. I sang the note. Just add cry, cry. Or you can add cry with a flip at the end, cry. Or you can add vibrato in as well, cry. Or you can add a growl in, cry. So there's loads of different ways that you can just vary it up and you just make it sound a little bit more exciting, and it's just not, you're not just singing, it transforms it from that. So have a go with that, enjoy, have fun with it, and I will see you for the last lesson.
So there's some tips from Hannah. My biggest takeaway has been how this vocal cry can lead into so many other things. Because I always thought the vocal cry thing was just like a Britney Spears, like, ow, baby, like that kind of thing, like that voice, which I never wanted to emulate. But it's such a great way. Learning how to do this gives a great way of adding emotion really easily. And, you know, back to the Save Tonight example. On and close the curtains. All we need. There's a really cool way to just step into stuff. And I've also learned that that vocal cry technique is a fantastic way into, or a gateway to, that big rock voice that seems right on the edge. That employs a similar vocal cry technique. And also screaming, like screamer songs, or when a song's singing all the way through and then at one point the vocalist just screams. That is using, to the best of my knowledge, quite a similar technique to this vocal cry technique, and that is a way to get into it. There is help with this and so much more in that Hannah Dorman course, and also the Elizabeth Giroff course that are available exclusively at my website. I'll leave a link on screen now and at the top of the description below. This will get you into the Andrew Tile membership, where we have live lessons with me every Monday, sometimes multiple live lessons a week, and an exclusive Discord community where you can get peer-to-peer support with your learning, including a lot of open mic night performances which happen every Sunday. We call it Open Mic Sundays. It's super fun. Come join us. Links there. I'll see you over there.
There were things that I thought about. There were words that I can't say out loud.